Still moving this flavor with the homies Black Street Teddy, the original milkshake. Down to the low, baby gotta move it on over time. Strict it is, you don't play around. Cover much ground, got big run down. Getting paid is a forte, every day, true play away. I can't get her out of my mind. Wow. I think about the girl all the time. East side to the west side, with some fat drive, it's no surprise. She got tricks in the stash, stacking up the cash, fast when it comes to the gas. By no means average, it's on when she's got the average. Baby, you're a perfect 10. I wanna get in, can I get down so I can? I like the way you work it, no diggity. I like to bag it up. I like the way you work it, no diggity. I like to bag it up. I like the way you work it, no diggity. I like to bag it up. I like the way you work it, no diggity. I like to bag it up. She's got class and style. She managed by the time. Baby, never I tried. Very low key on the profile. Just feelings is a no. Let me tell you how it goes. Curves the word, spins the verb. Lovers in curves, so free what you love. Only with the fatness, you don't even know what the half is. You got to pay to play, just for shorty bang bang to live your way. I like the way you work it, trap tight all day, every day. You're blowing my mind, maybe in time, baby I can get you in my ride. I like the way you work it, I like to bang it up. I like the way you work it, I like to bang it up. I like the way you work it, I like to bang it up. I like the way you work it, I like to bang it up.
That hurts. But not anymore. Having like a traffic jam here. I'm not much of a masochist, so it's kind of hard to stab myself. But it's interesting. That's what it is so far. If I had better eyes, I could probably do this without marking it first, but I'm not sticking it into the marker area, I'm just sticking it under it. But the goal is to be able to do it without any marker. I'm just experimenting, basically. I want to know what it feels like before I do it more to my girlfriend. I didn't think this out very well. If I thought this out better, I would have designed it around the ends. And I was drawing a design because I was thinking I wanted the spiral from the inside on both sides, but basically I just have like a traffic jam of needles, and it's not as pretty as I had wanted it to be. But hey, live and learn. Maybe there's a way for me to simulate this somehow. Like maybe I need to make like fake needles, like with paper or something, and tape them around or something. I think probably a lot of people can just do this in their heads. I'm not very good at that sort of thing, I guess. I started out pinching the skin, but I have, I guess, I don't know if it's because of my fat content, probably it is. I don't have like a little tiny bit I can pinch, so I kind of switched over to using this to push down the skin so that when I'm doing it, and you're not supposed to do this, it's bad, but I'm just pushing the skin over it. Anyway, I'm still learning, and this isn't an educational video, so don't like educate yourself because I'm not doing it at all properly because I trust myself, I guess. Hopefully I won't drop dead or pass out. This could be more sterile though. Ouch. Ow, fuck. Pardon my language. I'm doing it more painfully than is necessary. Partially because I'm going so slowly because it's my own skin and it's just hard to do mentally. Let's see. So it's basically going in is kind of fine. It's just coming out, the skin's sticking to it because I guess it's dulled from going in. So the surface of the skin, when you push it back through, is like, you know. And probably if I did it faster, it would be easier. This is how it is so far. Obviously, the design is not going to be complemented by the green caps the way it is when people are better planned about their stuff. But it is what it is. I'm just experimenting. I may not go through the whole heart though, just because I don't want to waste the needles. I'm kind of doing this just as an experiment, but the needles aren't entirely cheap, so I don't want to use them all up. Also, I was going to use my gray ones, but these are, well, they're green obviously, but I forget what gauge they're. Oh, 21 gauge and 1.5 inches. So, I'm just playing. Alright. Ow. I'm such a baby. Let's see. Kind of liking it. Maybe get a little endorphins. Can't really feel them that much once they're in, like if you're curious. Actually, I'm a little squeamish, like not right this second, but in my life. I used to work as a vet tech at an emergency clinic, and I was never like super awesome at that job. But there was one time, I didn't usually assist with the surgeries, but there was this one time that the vet called me in and asked if I would hold some guts together while they had to do an exploratory because some animal like ate something that it shouldn't have and it was stuck. So they had to go and cut. They had to cut the animal open and like actually open up the guts and like search through like the intestines, like the small intestines. So I just had to hold the intestines together while they sew them back up, and I got really warm feeling, and I started sweating, and I just started feeling really funny, and I thought it was just too hot in the room. Like I just felt like I couldn't breathe, like I couldn't get enough breath, and one of the other techs was like, "Oh, I'll take over. You need to go." And I recovered pretty quickly, but since then I have gotten kind of. I feel like I'm gonna throw up sometimes around gory stuff. Like not, I wouldn't put this in the classification of gory, but I guess if I did feel faint or something, that would not be pleasant. But I do feel with some stuff just a little too squeamish to do it. But this isn't really hitting me there. But I know some people have faint or throw up at the sight of blood. I was friends with somebody who was like that all her life. In fact, she threw up when she saw blood for like the first 15 years of her life, and then she moved to fainting when she saw blood. So thankfully I don't have that reaction, but you know, since it is a new experience for me, I guess there's some likelihood that I might have a reaction I'm not used to, so, or not expecting. But so far so good. If I don't finish the heart, I should just go ahead and finish it because I committed to this thing, even though it's not beautiful. I kind of, it's a test of will, right? So even if I'm wasting some needles, it's not a waste if I'm practicing on myself, right? I don't really feel like I'm improving as I go. Let's see, we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have more than half that to go. But I don't know what I'm saying. It's late. It's kind of interesting when my muscle moves a little bit under there because it like moves, kind of repositions them, and it's kind of an interesting feeling. It's not painful. It's just like weird, you know. Before tonight, I'd only stuck myself with a needle once, and it was before I stuck one in my girlfriend, because I was freaking her out with all my questions and stuff. So I went ahead and stabbed myself with it in the boob, and it was fine. But it's funny because like it bruised up so bad. Hers didn't. So it was rougher on me, or went deeper. Ugh. so not pleasant. Just the coming out of the skin. Maybe the needles like got dull quicker. I just need to go faster probably. Not a pleasant feeling when it's pushing back out. I don't know how people do it twice. Like there's some people that go in, out, like with the same needle, and these are so dull. It feels like by the time they're coming out the first time, I just can't imagine sticking it back in. But if it weren't my skin, I could imagine it easier. It's hard to do it to myself. And I have like stabbed myself a little bit on the inside. I don't know if you can see, there's like a couple droplets of blood in there because I've stabbed myself again with the ends because I'm not sticking the ends into anything. And I guess they're kind of pointing downward. Not entirely pleasant. That's how it looks so far though. It's kind of interesting. I should get better at this, right? Like more skilled the more I do it. I bit into that when I put that one in. It was actually helpful. But I don't know, that one just pushing it in might have worked better. I bet this is way different when you're like working on some skinny person because I have so much flesh that's stuck to my skin that I can't like make a little tiny nice, teepee or whatever out of it. So kind of experimenting. It's kind of superficial because I think I kind of go deeper than I should maybe. Although it's not really ridging up like I've seen pictures of, so maybe I should be going deeper. I don't know. Ooh, right-handed person should have started with the left-hand side because this is going to be harder. I think I fucked that one up. I'm gonna go ahead and throw that away because I just like sat it on the skin and didn't push it in all the way. And I just hesitated too much. Start with a fresh needle just in case I dulled it or contaminated it too much or something. Keep sucking that one up. I'll come back to that one. It's like a weird angle. The rest of these are going to be odd angles. I need to keep that in mind next time also, is that my hand, I'm not skilled enough with my left hand to just switch. So I need to think about whether or not I can comfortably do that. Oh, there's more blood popping up. Kind of cool. TV. Oh, fuck. Wow. But I ain't gonna run. Got blood on me. If you're doing this to somebody else, not with these gloves. Don't take any advice from me. I ain't gonna run. I'm scary for no while. It totally went smoother when I closed my eyes. So maybe I just need to close my eyes. I don't think I'm supposed to close my eyes. But I just went slow and steady that time, and it went through fine. Went under the skin, back out, and didn't have that same unpleasant feeling. Not that, I mean, if you're, I guess if you're into it, it's not really that unpleasant. I mean, it's needles. It's not that unpleasant. It's fine. It's like, this song's good. I love this song. This is Etta James, but it's like an older song, which she's the only woman I've heard sing it, and she's amazing. Well, she's always amazing. She's so sexy. She's got a sexy voice. Alright. It may not be the best design ever, but I did it. He's got him in. Haven't gotten him out yet. Kind of seems like it needs another one. Might just do one more. My heart that I drew wasn't entirely symmetrical. So. Last needle. Unless it's a hard going, then I'll just give up. I think I'm liking it best when I don't use any sort of pinching or leverage, which is actually what somebody suggested to me once. Somebody on here, actually. I don't know where the eye is supposed to go, but, or not the eye, but there's like a little sharp trough. I'm putting it up, but I don't know if it matters. Oh, that hurts. Alright, that one's not going all the way in. I hesitated too much on that and changed direction. Like those people who dig in your veins. They're so horrible to deal with. Alright, well it's just going to be a little bit uneven. Because fuck that, I'm not doing that again. Alright. I take some pictures of it before I take it out. It's definitely better on the side. I could reach easier with my right hand. I kind of like it. Even though it's not as beautiful as I wanted it to be, it's still kind of fun. say you're supposed to do whatever you're doing to your skin when you put it in, when you take it out, to avoid tearing. But I honestly don't remember, since I did different techniques on different ones. I'm probably, if it tears, it tears. I don't think it'll. I don't know. We'll see. Just gonna do my best to get them out in one piece. I don't want them to break. That would be bad. Before I take them out, I'm just gonna touch them. Moving them around in there, it doesn't hurt. It's kind of an interesting feeling. It kind of feels strangely secure, like comforting. Maybe that's the endorphins. I don't know. It kind of feels comforting at this point. It's hard to describe. I guess kind of like a weighted blanket or fidgeting or something. It's kind of just interesting how it makes the skin kind of move together in a different way than you normally expect. It's kind of fun. Especially you can electrocute people through these, or you can try vibrating them with the device or whatever. I don't get any sort of I don't know if it's normal too, but I don't get any sort of sexual charge out of needles. But I suspect I am having a little bit of a chemical effect. Because I'm kind of happy, happier than I was. I was kind of slightly down when I started, and I'm kind of slightly cheerful. Although it's also just a feeling of accomplishment. I love this song. This is Eliza Gilford. Alright. I guess I'm gonna take them out the way I put them in, sort of. I'll just go from left to right. Because some of them are stacked on top of each other. And so I just need to make sure I have the top needle out first. Or I think that would be easier. So, anyway. I guess instead of going left to right, I actually need to focus on the top needle because they aren't always logically organized. So let's see, that one's on top of this one, which is on top of that one. It's kind of like pickup sticks, as they call them. Let's see. Felt very sharp coming out. Maybe it's because it went in a different way. All right. Okay. I don't have the technique down or whatever, but I was pressing down with gauze, which I'm gonna go ahead and put in my sharp container since there's blood on it. I actually kind of like the look of the blood, and so I'm not going to hold the gauze over the rest of them when I pull them out, because I kind of want to see the blood. Also, I think it'll just be easier. So. And my sharps container.
But she faded in the night, like a poem I meant to write, and the leaves that are green turn to brown, and they wither with the wind, and they crumble in your hand. I threw a pebble watch the ripples run away, and they never made a sound, and the leaves that are green.
Ouch! That one hurt. Most of these haven't hurt at all coming out, but occasionally one will. That one did too. A little more sensitive on that side. Maybe not just because it was the less skilled angle, but also because probably my inner thigh is a little bit more sensitive than my outer thigh, even though it's not that much of a range.
Sister got lucky, married a yuppie, took him for all he was worth. Now she's a swinger,
Dating a singer, I can't decide which is worse.
but not
Fine.
baby.
All right, gotta take a picture of this mess.
Save me. Ah, you're so bad. Best thing I ever had. In a world gone mad. You're so bad. My sister's ex-husband can't get no loving. Walks around all faced and hurt.
I'm watching it because I think it's cool. Look at that blood. That's a-
I can't decide which is worse, but not baby.
okay, I guess I'll probably call them bad bruising. Like not just the blood that's showing up, but the bruising I'll get to enjoy later. I kind of like marks. They're interesting. Like I did that. That wasn't too long ago. It helps make time pass. Especially like marks on my girl. But they're always interesting. Interesting how the body heals. Look at that. Look at that beautiful blood. It's about to rip off my leg. Not careful. Obviously, I'm not a medical professional. Me, baby, I got you to save me. You're so bad. Best thing I ever had. In a world gone mad. You're so bad. Best thing I ever had. You're gone mad. You're so bad.
Sleep cause you wanna play. Don't wanna talk cause you wanna kiss. Now get this party underway. Sugar shake down to the earth. Let's sing our sweet soul dancing on the way. System for making hijack this night. Let feminine love through the day. All that woman you can't resist.
I do feel better. I feel kind of good. It's kind of interesting.
Ever since you put me under, you're the only one I'm dreaming of. Yeah, you are the seventh one.
Obviously not typical bandaging. I'm just goofing off, basically.
Take a look around the world today. Can you feel it in the air now? kids, they're shooting through the streets now.
So it's a little bit better.
Kids have lost the way. It's you and me and your mother that plays. Every soldier's coming on home. And I'm playing it through the streets now. Every soldier's coming on home. They got it cranking through the streets now. Ever since you pulled me under. You're the only one I'm dreaming of. Yeah, yeah, I'm the seventh wonder. Help me fall in love. Lightning strike with a lucky hit, shaking up the disconnect to respect sexual switch. Turn on, shine on, showered on, flow. Great state of innocence, tell me everything you know.
I don't think I'd describe myself as like exactly blissed out, but I'm totally mellowed out. Of course, it's also like 2:30 in the morning, so. And I've been doing this for 50 minutes now.